Hey folks, Engineer 775. I was recently invited to be on the Jim Bakker show out in Branson, Missouri. And I'm heading out there to be a part of a live studio audience, and they're going to tape the show. And then I believe a few days after the show, it'll be actually on DirecTV, I believe, the Christian television network. And it'll also be available on their website, so you can search for that and find that. And I'll put some links in this video. So I found out that Dr. William Fortune, the author of 1 Second After, and just recently The Day of Wrath, which is an incredible book that the timing is amazing, having to do with ISIS and a two-pronged attack upon our country that will definitely make you think. So the timing of his book was phenomenal. Anyway, Jim Bakker's been interviewing him. He's been on, I think, 4 or so episodes. And as some of you know, he endorsed, Dr. Fortune endorsed my book, The Practical Prepper's Complete Guide to Disaster Preparedness. And so from that, it led to an invitation from the Jim Bakker ministry to have me on the show. So I'm going to go. My publisher arranged it with the Jim Bakker folks, and so I'm looking forward to being on there. And so I can't tell you when it's going to be on, but you can keep posted, and they'll probably announce it on their schedule when it will air. So looking forward to answering questions from Jim Bakker and possibly the audience, having to do with preparedness, having to do with the book. Things are obviously going to come up, like how do you prepare for Ebola, lone wolf attacks. It's all the things that are prominent and prevalent in the news today and how they relate to preparedness. Probably talk about doomsday preppers and things. So I'm kind of excited. It's like a whole hour show, and I will be their guest. And so I'm looking forward to traveling out there to Branson, Missouri to see their place and to be a part of the show. And so I hope you can check it out. Again, I don't have a link for the show because I'm not there yet, but there will be links on how to find the show, and I'll put that in the description of this video. So check out Engineer 775, actually dressed up, and on the Jim Bakker show coming up this week, and possibly the taping is Thursday, so I'm assuming it would come out on like Monday, but I'm not quite sure how they do that. So, all right, I just wanted to let you know, Engineer 775 signing out.
I've been reading my new book. I don't know if somebody took it away from here, probably did. My new book about the last day.
It's underneath.
Oh, it's my prepper book. There it is.
Yeah.
Practical Prepper. Your friend Scott Hunt wrote this book from your publishing company, right? The Practical Prepper. But he said, in his book, he says, the rule of threes. I read this yesterday. 3 minutes without air, you can live. 3 hours without a regulated body temperature, without shelter, with 3 days without water, you can live. And he said 3 weeks without food. And in his book, as I was reading the book, here's a tremendous section in this book about water, the power of water, the need of water, how the water, you tell us about when the power goes out, there's no water. We don't get it. There have to be pumps for these water. There has to be wells, there has to be, but they all have to have pumps. Right now, if you live in New York City and the power goes out, your elevator to the 100th floor doesn't work. So you walk 100 stairs. Your water does not pump up any longer to the tanks to bring it down. Is that right?
There's not a city in America that would be habitable after only 3 days.